Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It is 5:22 p.m. according to the computer clock on Tuesday, April 10, 2012. Okay, I just recently got back from seeing The Hunger Games. I went to see it at 1:10. It's a long movie. It's 2 hours and 24 minutes long or something like that. I got out at like 4 or something. There were a lot of trailers at the beginning. I came in a bit late, but I saw the ending of the trailer for the Avengers, and I saw the Amazing Spider-Man. I guess I'll go see it. I'm not really looking forward to it. Well, anyway, first I'll give you a brief history of my history with the Hunger Games. I have only recently heard of it. When the movie came out, I decided to start reading the book, and I wasn't able to read the whole book or anywhere close to it before going to see the movie. I've read like the first 78, I think, or 79 pages of story. I think somewhere around there. I think it's like the first 6 chapters. I don't know. And then I went to see the movie today, and I've done various things to prepare. I've listened to the all of the score track previews on iTunes, and I've listened to the 3 songs that are featured in the film, and saw Taylor Swift's music video for Safe and Sound, stuff like that. I downloaded the free Mockingjay Call off of Amazon. Okay. So I've read like the first 70-some pages of the novel, and I've been enjoying it so far. I decided to do this in preparation for the movie, and I decided to see the movie just because there's just so much hype over it. Although I don't think I've seen a TV spot for it, which is strange. Okay. I'll get into the stuff with the novel, the issues with the story next, but first I'm going to address. Right now I'm going to address the my perceptions of the movie itself. The movie was good. I enjoyed it. Might even say it was great. And I admit I was brought to tears a few times. And Jennifer Lawrence does a really great job. I've never heard of her before. But she did a really good job, and a great job, I guess. And with the movie, there's it's of course an adaptation of a very long novel, at least long as far as I'm concerned. The plot of the novel could be stretched into an entire season of a television series. Obviously some stuff had to get removed or condensed. I'll try to give some examples of some specific things first. If the mayor is in it at all, he has no lines. He doesn't give like the history of Panem or however you pronounce it, or reads the Tree of Treason or anything like that. There's a few brief text quotes, like supposed quotations from the Treaty of Treason or whatever at the beginning of the movie to kind of establish the world setting. But a lot of the world setting stuff from the novel just doesn't come across. For instance, in the novel, you know that District 12 is in the Appalachians and the capital is in the Rockies. That does not come across at all in the movie. You just don't know where this is taking place. Is it in the future? Is it in an alternate universe? In the novel, it's in the future. They didn't really specify an exact date. But you know that it's in North America. You know where everything's taking place, basically, in relation to modern day. That doesn't happen in the movie. In fact, District 12 comes across as being in the rural south in the movie, I guess. In the novel, Katniss has a friend, like the mayor's daughter or niece or whatever, named Madge. Not a close friend, but kind of a friend, and she's the one who gives her that gives Katniss the Mockingjay pen. In the movie, Katniss just happens to cross the Mockingjay pen at the hub or whatever the black market's called, and she gets it there for free. And then she gives it to Prim, and then Prim gives it back to Katniss after Katniss volunteers as tribute. In the novel, it says that each person can wear something from their district. That's not brought across in the movie, and in the movie it seems that Katniss's stylist, I forget his name at the moment, Sin something, that he kind of secretly allows her to wear the Mockingjay pin during the games, and I don't know if that's in the novel or not, but it seems really a really strange way of treating the Mockingjay pin in the movie. Let's see. The relationship between Katniss and Peeta, like their history, in the book is given only 3 flashbacks in the movie, and each one's a bit longer than the last. It gets across what happened, but like Peeta's home life and his horrible mother and stuff like that doesn't come across in the movie really. I don't even remember if you even see her in one of those flashbacks. Katniss's father being killed in the mining explosion, that's given a flashback like way late into the movie. It's kind of worked into like a nightmare sequence that she has. And her mother withdrawing into herself and neglecting her and Prim. Again, that's in the nightmare sequence, and you don't learn about it until very late into the movie. And for anyone that hasn't read the book, that might come across as what just happened here. Yeah. What else? In the novel, Katniss comes across as being very fascinated. I mean, she doesn't dwell on all of these things much in the novel, but she's mentioned she's never been in a car before. And she's mentioned she's never been on a train before. You don't get a sense of any of that in the movie. She's riding in the car, fine, whatever. In fact, the car seems really... It looks like an old-fashioned car in the movie, which is really strange. It's really boxy and big. Like something out of the 20s, I would guess. The train... Katniss expresses, I mean, she's impressed with the train a bit in the movie. She's like, oh, well, but then she gets over it. When she was in the judgment, the Hall of Justice, or whatever, in the book, she had describe the furniture and how this was the most elaborate room that she's ever been in and stuff like that. That doesn't come across in the movie. You don't see Haymitch until the train ride in the movie. He was at the reaping in the novel. I forget how much that Katniss was familiar with him in the novel, but in the movie, it's like Peeta asks her if she's met him before, and she doesn't reply, and we're never given any information. Let's see. That's, I think, about all that I can say comparing the novel to the movie so far. I'm sure once I read the rest of the novel, I'll be able to see where they omitted even more things. But overall, it's a good movie. It's kind of weird that you probably enjoyed more if you haven't read the novel, but at the same time, you'll need to read the novel to make sense of stuff that's in the movie. Like, the movie depends on you reading the novel in some parts. But even if you haven't read the novel, go to see the movie. Yeah, it's really good, and it's highly deserving of all the money that it's been making so far. And beat all 4 Twilight films so far at the box office. And the Twilight series doesn't even deserve to be in the same ballpark as the Hunger Games. Seriously, the Hunger Games is actually, well, good. Now, as some of you may know that know me, I have a thing against cute girls dying in TV series, movies, and any stories, whatever. But at the same time, I'm willing to overlook it for this film because it highlights the inherent unfairness of the Hunger Games. Now, the novel, as far as I know, is entirely from Katniss's perspective, and there are some scenes in the movie that are outside her perspective that she would have no way of knowing. I'm guessing those were invented for the movie, but I'm not sure. But yeah, at about 20-something minutes, we're already at the Capitol. So by the time that the training sequence starts, I'm not able to comment on differences between the novel and the movie. Oh yeah, in the novel, okay, during the opening ceremonies when Katniss and Peter are holding hands during the chariot ride, that was her stylist's idea in the novel. In the movie, it was Peter's idea, and it doesn't happen until partway into the chariot ride. Okay, I think that's about all that I can say about the movie. I love the songs. I love the 3 songs that they played during the closing credits. There's nothing during or after the closing credits, but still, when you go see a movie, go to sit through the entire 3 songs that they played during the closing credits. Yeah, it's a long time to be singing there, but those songs are worth it to hear them on the theater's stereo system. Let's see. I'm gonna buy a soundtrack album probably too. Yeah. Okay, about the story of the novel itself. One problem that I have. Okay, first of all, we don't know when this takes place, but sometime in the future, and everyone still speaks perfect English, and they're familiar with things like television and electricity, and they know about trains, they know about cars, even if they don't have them. They go to school. By the way, school is never shown in the movie, and
and there's only a brief acknowledgement that they attend school, and it's way late into the film. But it's kind of a weird mishmash of like rural, like Little House on the Prairie type life, and an awareness of modern society. They have a battered old television in their house, which, by the way, it looks like a standard definition old style television. Why would they even have that? But well, why not like an HD TV or something? But whatever. Let's see. Being a first-person novel, it offers a lot more insight into Katniss's personality and her thoughts about the situations that just doesn't come across in the movie. But in the novel, what I keep wondering is, these games have been going on for 73 years already. This is the 74th annual Hunger Games. You gotta wonder, in all of that time, why have the people not rebelled? Why have they not gone after the Capitol officials? Which, by the way, District 11 does in the movie. I saw in the movie, and that was a real get up and cheer moment when that happened. One guy started it, and then everyone starts fighting the Capitol officials and stuff like that, and the peacekeepers. Why hasn't this happened in like the 73 years since the Hunger Games started? There's really no mention of it as far as I'm aware, and there's no one seems to question it, and everyone just willingly gives their tributes, and nobody seems to refuse to participate. And when they're all put in the holodeck or whatever, the artificial environment to fight, there never seems to be any instance where someone just goes, I'm not going to fight, and that's it. And there doesn't seem to have been any time in history where all of the participants just flat out refused to fight. Why has this never ever happened? And why do the people in all these districts keep putting up with this? Year after year, decade after decade. It really doesn't make sense. How can the Capitol have such a complete hold of them that they put up with this and they participate in it? Also, the Capitol is reliant on the districts to provide them with resources and make stuff for them. Why don't the districts just refuse to make stuff for the Capitol? Why don't they refuse to mine coal? Refuse to make jewelry? Refuse anything, basically. Why don't they just starve the Capitol? It's not that difficult. You just gotta get everyone to agree to do this. Also, this nation consists of one capital and 12 districts. Oh, by the way, there's no mention at all of District 13 in the movie. Yeah, that's mentioned quite often in the novel. They don't ever mention it in the movie at all. Also, I'm not sure about the entire population of the nation of Panem, but I think in the novel District 12 has like 9,000 residents or whatever. And in the movie they said something like about 100,000 people would be watching, which I'm guessing the Hunger Games is, I guess it's mandatory to watch, I'm not sure. But about 100,000 people are said to be watching. That's it. It's a nation of 100,000 people. What about everyone else in the world? Why doesn't some other nation invade Panem and put a stop to all of this nonsense. It's never addressed. Oh, by the way, this wasn't in the novel, or at least not as far as I've read so far, but early on, before the reaping, Gale suggests to Katniss, what if we just stop watching? If we stop watching, Gambol doesn't have an audience, and that's it, no more Hunger Games. As far as I know, that's never brought up in the novel, but it is a valid point. Let's see. Yes, as you can see, this the novel and the movie are a commentary on America's obsession with reality TV, and perhaps other nations' obsession as well. But overall, I am enjoying the novel, and I did enjoy the movie. It's a good movie, and go see it. And that's about all that I have to say. It's 5:43 p.m. and that's it. Thanks for watching.